Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel and blog post for this Friday's Fun Fold. This is called a half pinwheel card, and I found this on the YouTube channel by Brenda Quintana. She makes some lovely projects, and this one really captured my heart simply because she also used the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. I am going crazy for this set simply because summer is coming and peaches will soon be in the stores. If not, they're already there. But this is a beautiful stamp set with a set of dies, and it also comes with this absolutely gorgeous designer series paper. I love it because look at all the different colors that are contained in this paper. So surely you will have some of these colors in your stash of ink pads. They've got beautiful peaches and floral designs on the front, and then on the backs they've got some geometric designs like polka dots and stripes and little paint splotches, and these adorable tiny little peaches are really cute too. So a really fun designer series paper pack for you to think about purchasing. All right, I am also going to be using the scalloped contour dies. This is another set that comes with the color and contour stamp set and die combo. And you've got these absolutely gorgeous frames with lots of scallops and stitched designs on here, as well as this really great scallop. And then you've got these other dies that match up with the flowers. So we're going to use a die from that. This is the one we're going to be using here. Okay, because we're going to create these peaches and cut them out. I'm going to do pretty well the same design. I'm going to change up the designer series paper here on the left. I'm changing the color on the front here to Old Olive versus Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to use the same embossing folder, same ribbon, and just show you how to put this card together. Now, I also decided to create a back panel, a double back panel with the Pear Pizzazz and then a piece of white. So I will include these cutting measurements in my blog post. You can find a link to my blog post below this video. And if you like what you see, then you can like my YouTube channel, and you can also comment here on Facebook, or you can also comment in my blog post. So there you go. There's a really sweet card. So let's show you how this is made. So I've got all of the materials here ready to go. I've already embossed this piece. These are very cute little embossing folders. Stampin' Up! Is now starting to come out with these smaller folders, just so that for people who only buy the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, they can also get embossing folders to fit that machine. Okay, so this is a pair called Greenery. And there is this beautiful sort of like petals design, and then there's this design as well, which is the one that I used today. So I thought I'd show those to you. I pretty well have all of my stamps mounted and ready to go. I've got my ink colors. Today I'm going to be using Calypso Coral, Mango Melody, and Pear Pizzazz for the leaves. So what you will need to do is, I'm just going to set aside my scrap pieces of white here. We'll be using those to stamp on. So this is the card base. I'm sticking with the basic white. You could use any color, of course, for your card. And this is basically cut at 5.5 by 7 1/8. And then I have to put in some score lines in here. So you're basically going to score. So make sure you have your blade out of the way, and then you're going to score this at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and 4 inches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are your score lines along the long side of this piece of card here. Okay, so can you see those lines in there? Okay, so what you're going to do is turn your card over so that you have the mountain folds on this side, And then you're going to use your bone folder, and you're going to just keep folding them all in the same direction because you're creating a box fold. Okay, so I've got one more to do like that. Okay, so what's going to happen is that you're going to be folding this over to create this box like this. See that? Okay, so what you want to do, and I'm going to use liquid glue for this. I find that you've got a little bit of wiggle room there. So I'm just going to take my Tombow glue and I'm going to put my glue along here, and I'm going to fold it. I'm going to actually, I'm going to fold it and insert it in that score lined area there where that mountain fold is, and then fold it up. And you should be able to fold it completely over and then glue it down. Okay. Make sure that's really well glued down. Now, while this is flat, this is where this designer series paper is going to go in this area here. So I've chosen to use these beautiful peaches here. And there's a little bit of a border, but I'm going to put mine right to the left edge, away from the score line here. So again, I'm going to use my Tombow glue just so I have a bit of wiggle room again. Oh, that's the wrong Tombow. That one is done. I cracked open a new bottle last night. Okay, so there's a little bit of Tombow on there. And if your paper is oriented, make sure that you're doing it, you know, the right side. So I'm going to slip this on here. And then I'm going to lift this up and just sort of like, I'm dragging it down so that it fits right to the edge. Okay. Look at those beautiful peaches on there. They're just gorgeous. Okay. So we've got that piece done. Now, this green piece here is actually going to fit right on top of this extra white piece. So this white piece is what creates the other half of the card. You see, this is it here. And so you can actually glue these two pieces together. Now, you don't have to do this extra green piece on here. You could leave this white. So this piece would fit on top like this. You could put other designer series paper on here if you wanted to. You could emboss this if you wanted to. You can do all kinds of things, okay? But I'm going to stick this green piece right on top. So I'm going to glue these two together. And so I'm going to, again, put some Tombow glue. I'll just put some Tombow glue on this piece here. And again, I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to, again, just tap it down onto my desk and make sure I get that edge right to the bottom. Okay. Now it looks like my white is a tad too large. It's very difficult to cut exactly the right size. So I'm just going to do a bit of trimming on here. I'll trim a little bit more off there. If you can get your hands on one of these mini trimmers, Stampin' Up! Had this as a special for joining. And we've got a bit of white on here as well, so I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, there we go. That should work out really well. I think as well, I think my two pieces were the same size, but when you emboss a piece, it does shrink it a tiny bit. Okay, so this is ready now to be mounted on top of here. So again, you can just keep this flat now, and you're going to be mounting this, and you're going to make sure it's to the right of that score line. So again, you can just put some Tombow glue on this column here, like so, and then keep it flat, and then just go, just butt it up against that score line. And it looks like I might have to trim a bit off the top here. Sorry, I got my head in the camera there. But I just needed to get my head over it to make sure I've lined it up properly. Okay, so there is this piece here. Okay, so this should be able to fold. So this is how you're going to fold it to fit it into your envelope, like that. And then your recipient just has to open it up, and then they can stand it up. Okay, so that is your card pretty well. And then if you want it, no, see, this is a little bit too long. If you look at the back, I'll have to use my paper snips to, you know, trim this up a bit. I can't put it in the trimmer. We'll just give that a little snip. There we go. Okay, so it's on this back panel that you could put your other two layers on there. All right, so let's now stamp our peaches. Now, you've got a large, I'll just bring the stamp set back in. You've got a beautiful large peach, and you can die cut this out. You can die cut out the leaves for the peach. And you can also do some flowers on top of this leaf pattern, as well as the peaches. And then it's got some wonderful, wonderful greetings in here. Hope your day is as sweet as a peach. Thanks for being as sweet as a peach. You're as sweet as a peach. Have a peachy day. It's your day. Let's celebrate you. Just some great, great greetings in this set. All right, so I want to show you, I had to play around quite a bit with stamping these peaches to get them to line up. So what I found the best, now these are photopolymers, so make sure you've got either your silicone mat, or you can pull out your foam mat. We have this foam mat as well that you can use. So what I found was I was stamping the peaches first and then trying to line up the leaves on top. And that was, I found, a little bit more challenging than the other way around. So I'm going to do the peaches first. And the thing to note is that there is one, I don't know if you can see it, but there's one peach on here that has a point. The rest are kind of rounded at the bottom, but this one comes to a bit of a point. So I keep that on the right-hand side. Now, there's lots of different color combinations you can do for your peaches. You could do, say, Blushing Bride as your base color. You could do Petal Pink as your base color. But the brightest, so this one I did with one of our new in colors. These peaches I stamped with Pale Papaya. And then I added with a sponge dauber a tiny, tiny bit of the Calypso Coral. So I did these two colors together. Okay, this was the base color, and then I sponge daubed the Calypso Coral. Another method I've seen is to stamp with Calypso Coral as the base color, and then add some Mango Melody as your shading. So that's what I'm going to do today to make them a little bit more bright. So I'm going to pull out my Calypso Coral, and I have my Mango Melody sponge dauber. We sell those. They come at 5 to a pack. So the first thing I'm going to do is this. Now I have to make sure that I stamp it in an area where I can use my die to cut it out, okay? So I'm going to put my peaches in. Well, I'm going to actually go in the middle of this cardstock because depends on, you know, which way the leaves end up tilting. I just want enough room that I can, you know, move this around and get all the edges cut out. Okay, so I'm going to ink these up with my Calypso Coral. Let's open up the Mango Melody. Okay, now when you look at the peaches, you will see that there are, you know how peaches have a bit of a dent in one side? So these all have a little bit of a dent there. So that's where I'm going to take my Mango Melody, and I'm just going to dab on a bit of this color. Actually, I've done that wrong. Sorry, I'm going to go back. I'm going to wash this off and start over. I'm putting the Mango Melody on the wrong side of the peach. Sorry. So let's ink it up again in the Calypso Coral. So again, let's go back to where the where those they're sort of like half moon pieces on the peaches, but I'm going to actually put my Mango Melody. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see that there's some pale bits in the stamp. See where those pale bits are? That's where I'm going to put the Mango Melody. So I'm just going to stamp on, it's basically the left side of the peaches. Okay? All right, now I'm going to stamp. There you go. So you see, this is the bits where there's the Mango Melody. So it gives it a bit of shading on the peaches, and those are much brighter than the peaches on this one here. Okay, so we're done with these colors. So I'm going to close the ink pads because somehow my fingers always end up in them. I'm going to open up my Pear Pizzazz, and now I'm going to stamp this foliage. Now, on this stamp, I'll show you on the stamp set, this is actually the top. So peaches, you know, they're hanging down from the vine. And so this is the top, and then it cascades down to the bottom. And where these open areas are, this is where your 3 peaches are going. So you've got 1 peach here, 1 peach here, and 1 peach here. So you need to just kind of hover over your peaches. And you see how you've got these little indentations where the stems go. So again, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get my head in here, and I'm just going to angle this so that I get my peaches in the right direction here. So there, I've got it perfectly now. Okay, there's a point here. See if I can show you. There's a point here, a point here, and a point here. Okay, so there we go. So you see how, depending on the angle, that's why I didn't want to, because this is going to now be cut out like this. So it just depends where you stamp your peaches and where your leaves end up going. So just give yourself a bigger piece of cardstock to work with. Okay, so there are our peaches. And so now I'm going to bring my Big Shot over, and I'm going to cut these out with this frame. And I'm going to leave room at the top because I'm going to put a bow on this. So let's pull over my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. There we go. Okay, So look how beautiful that is. It's scalloped with stitching on the inside. These dies are being used by nearly every demonstrator. Like, they're just all over the place. Cards made with these gorgeous, and people are threading ribbon in between these scallops here. They're just gorgeous. They're just a great collection, a great set of dies to add to your collection. All right, so this is going to go on here like this, and I'm actually going to pop this up on dimensionals. So I need to get out another strip of dimensionals. I've collected so many of these dimensionals from, let's make sure I'm putting this on the right side, from the Paper Pumpkin kits. They always give you way more than you need. So I've got quite a collection. So we're going to put this on the left side here, like so. Okay, this card comes together pretty quickly once you've got all your stuff cut out. Now we're going to add this beautiful, our new in colors come with these gorgeous 5 colors of ribbons as well. And so I am going to use this peach ribbon. This green would be nice, but it's too dark. So again, you know, think about coordinating your colors. I could have used one of the new ink colors, this gorgeous soft succulent, as my green on here instead. Let's just pull this ribbon out and I will tie a bow. Actually, maybe I'll do something a little bit different here. This one's with the bow. Maybe I will do, I've got to find it. What did I do with it now? We've got this beautiful gold thread. We could do a bit of gold thread on here. Yeah, I'm going to use this gold thread. And then I'll bring in some different embellishments. Some gold embellishments. I want this to be a bit smaller. Okay. Okay, so I don't need quite as long. Okay. So let's put this gold on here. And I'm going to do that with a glue dot. So I grab a glue dot from here. Then I kind of roll it between my fingers and then I put it on my card. And then I put my bow on top. Okay, so there's a cute little gold bow. And then I'm going to pull out some gold embellishments. There's lots of embellishment choices. We've got these, well, I've got these tiny little gold. We have these gold and silver pearls. We also have, I'm going to just show you stuff that will coordinate. We've got these, I forget what these are called, but they're sequins without holes. These are fantastic. So you've got Calypso Coral and you've got Mango Melody in here. So these would work on the card as well. I meant to put some on this card. I'll finish off this card as well and show you. Then we also have, these are new in the annual catalog. These are called Genial Gems. So you've got, and they've got gold sparkles in them. They're just absolutely stunning. So this is kind of a peachy color. So you could do the peach or the green. So there's another option. And then I'm actually looking for, where are they? Oh, here we go. I'm looking for these gold. These are called Gilded Gems. These are beautiful too. So these are all gold. I need to order a new pack. I'm running, oh no, I've got lots here. Okay, so I'm going to add a few of these on here. I'm going to grab my pick tool with my putty end, and I'm going to, we have a tendency not to use the really big ones as much on a card.
Motion detected at the blink.
Oh, I apologize for that. Something's at my front door. So I'll put one up here. And then I'll grab one for here. And I'll grab one here. There we go. So there is that card there with a little bit of gold on there. Very, very sweet. And we can do a greeting as well. So let me just show you, I'll finish up this card with some of these. So there's a blue in there as well, Coastal Cabana, but there are, these two colors would look great with this card. You've got kind of like a peachy color and a darker color. So I might just see, I'm going to pull in the Calypso Coral from here. So I'll do one here and one here. Okay. So those are very sweet as well. I love these. Lots of options for embellishments. I like to have lots of options myself. Okay. All right. So is that pretty? So two different sort of looks with different ribbons and jewels. Okay. You could also add some Wink of Stella on here. That's another idea. So let me pull in my Wink of Stella. You could just add a little bit of shine to your peaches. Like there's a little bit of dew on them, early morning. You won't see this much in the camera, but when the card hits the right light, wow, it's very shimmery. Okay, so there's your two cards there. And like I said, in the link below this video, I will give you also the measurements for the back of the card. Okay, now I also have, I already pre-cut out, this is one of the dies in the peach set, these tiny little greeting bars. Okay, so I cut out a whole bunch of those because I can use those on other cards as well. And on this one, I've got To a Sweet Friend. So let's pick something else. So I could do something like Hope Your Day Is As, and then put Sweet as a Peach on the back. When I've done the back, I'll put that on the back. Or we could just do It's Your Day, and then on the back you could do Happy Birthday. I do need a few more birthday cards, so let's do that. So I've been learning something. It's taken me 7 years as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator to learn this, but when I have a stamp set and dies out, I always do extra pieces so that I have them available. So look at this. In this bowl, because I've done this recently, I have a whole bunch of peaches that I've colored with a whole bunch of leaves, and you know, so now I'm really ready. I've got some flowers done in here that I've just kept together with this non-sticky tape. Lots of peaches in here so that I'm ready to design another card. So if I have to make something quickly, then I have everything done. And I also cut up some of my one sheet of each DSP and keep it in a little bag so that I have it ready to. Okay, so I'm looking for the other little greeting. What was it here? That's thank you. It's your day. Is that what I was looking for? Yeah, it's your day. Here we go. Okay, so let's mount this on one of our narrow blocks. Put that on there. What I love about these is being photopolymer, you can really see through it and you can see where to stamp. And make sure that you put any kind of little die cuts on, you know, a darker background so that you can see it. And then I'll just, now again, I might have to get my head right over this. It's your day. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to put these on some mini dimensionals. So let's grab these. We'll put 3 on so it doesn't sag in the middle. Now, you can do any number of things here. You know, you could even offset it off the card a little bit. You could put it right smack in the middle of the peaches. I might just put it right here for something different. Do anything you want. Okay, it's your day. And then I'll do happy birthday on the back. So there you go. There's 2 kind of different styles. Now on this one, I had actually cut my paper too short and I didn't like it. So I wanted it to be the full height of the card, which is 5.5 inches. So I didn't care for how that turned out because this was full height. So this is now full height. So that looks, I think, a lot better. And then you just fold it like this and it'll fit inside your card. Another thing that I saw was that this was turned horizontally with, you know, a different peach on it maybe. So there you go. So there is your half pinwheel card. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you'll go and make one. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up, and you can subscribe as well. And go check that link for my blog post to get all of your measurements and scoring measurements, and have fun. Thank you once again. Bye for now.